You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, the walls are falling down at ESPN. It seems like it happens on a yearly basis, folks, when ESPN goes out there and announces layoffs. And some big names fell. Cam Newton, Ryan Clark yesterday. He was actually the first one. There was actually some others that got laid off today too. Can't remember their names exactly. I really didn't have time to actually look them up. But a whole bunch of people are getting fired. And when Ryan Clark was fired, he was actually fired while he was live on the air. Apparently ESPN wanted him to know before the leaks went out. Because it already got leaked out to Outkick guys, said he was getting canned. And he did not finish the show at all. Now, he did appear on First Take with not with ESPN, with Stephen A. Smith. And guys, Stephen A. Smith, he is very, very pissed off at ESPN for firing the race hustler, Ryan Clark. Now, guys, everybody was pretty much, dare I say, elated that ESPN ridded themselves of the wokester known as Ryan Clark. But Stephen A., apparently, according to him, he let it be known to the higher-ups at ESPN. He was not happy. He was pissed off about this. Now, Stephen A. was actually talking about this on his podcast, Straight Shooter. And he's going to go over, guys, the long list of layoffs that happened at ESPN. And it's been a ton over the years. A ton. So let's go ahead and dive into Stephen A. Smith, guys. Here we go. So right over here, this is the clip of Stephen A. Smith talking about Ryan Clark. Let's roll it.
My brother, Ryan Clark, a person that I consider to be arguably the best NFL analyst in America, is no longer a member of ESPN. And I can't even tell y'all how much that hurts.
The best NFL analyst in America, when all this man does is make everything about race? Okay, Stephen A.
He's a man, and so he's going to handle it the way men do. And we understand that. But I'm going to miss him. I am not happy about this decision one bit. The bosses know I'm not happy about this decision. I've made that very, very clear. But it's also important that myself and anybody else in the world of business be grown-ups and understand that these are the kind of things that happen when layoffs happen. It's Tuesday, and by the end of this day, you're going to hear about a lot more folks getting laid off.
Yep.
People that are my colleagues, my contemporaries. For all I know, and I don't know the names yet, but for all I know, some more of my friends are going to be gone. The only thing that I can definitively say to you is that there's nobody that's going to be let go that was more of a friend and a brother to me than Ryan Clark. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I don't care whether people agree or disagree. When I debate, I think about two things. This is why I believe I've never lost a debate, because I'm either right or I'm edified because I've learned from somebody who was more right than me. And I walk away from the debate and the conversation more educated, more informed, more edified than I ever thought possible. And that's why I feel that I've never lost a debate. Working with somebody like Ryan Clark, anytime I talked about the NFL, anytime I talked about life, I walked away feeling that way about him because I had just finished talking with him or debating with him or arguing with him about something because the brother's that smart. He's that conscientious. He's that thoughtful. He's that sincere. He's that real. He's that authentic. And over the last few hours, I had to really, really refrain. Damn near got blisters on my tongue and my fingers from biting my tongue and biting my fingers, from refraining from going after folks when I saw how people were talking about them.
I'm wondering if Stephen A. Smith was actually watching my video, also Sports Wars video, as well as Greg from a Black Conservative Perspective, because he talked about the race hustler Ryan Clark. I'm wondering if Stephen A. actually saw us. Curious about that.
I was like, they don't know him at all. They don't know him at all. And it's a real shame, some of the things that people will try to say, some of the narratives they'll try to create. And as I was alluding to just a second ago, like I said, when I don't care, it doesn't bother me when people disagree with me. Because that's what stirs the cup, and that's what makes all of us better. It only bothers me when they get personal. And when they're ill-informed and they get personal. There's nothing worse than that. And Ryan Clark is somebody that was a man amongst boys when it came to stuff like that. Because contrary to popular belief, there's nothing that he'd say on social media or on television that he wouldn't tell you to your face if that's how he felt. And he would never hesitate to let you know where he stood. Does that mean he was perfect? No. Does that mean he was right all the time? No.
In other words, Ryan Clark would race hustle in public just like he does when he's on TV.
But he was conscientious and he was thoughtful. And he's not somebody that I just loved working with. He's somebody that I love, period. That I will always be here for. In every way, shape, form imaginable that I can. I just wish that I could have been in enough of an influential or powerful position to prevent his exit from happening. But that's where you have to get to a point where you recognize what being an adult in the room is all about. When we think about ESPN, first of all, let me be very, very clear. I can disagree with my employers. What you're not going to get me to do is insult my employers. Business is business. And whether we like it or not, those people who made the decisions, whether it's a Ryan Clark or a host of other people, are paid to make those decisions. It's in an enviable position to be in. This ain't the days when ESPN could just hire and hire and hire some more without ever having to let go or lay off anybody. Those days are long gone. I'm looking at notes here, and I'm thinking about May of 2013 when ESPN laid off 400 employees, 5% of its workforce. And it was the network's first sizable staff reduction since 2009 when ESPN had laid off 100 people. I'm thinking about October 2015 when ESPN had about 8,000 employees, but 350 cuts represented a bit over 4% of their workforce reduced. I'm thinking about April of 2017 when ESPN laid off 100 employees. And I remember guys like the great Ed Werder, and my buddy Danny Cannell, and Trent Dilfer, who was doing a good job for us, along with others like Jason Stark and others that were laid off. I'm thinking about November of 20.
You guys notice the name on here, folks, that he's not going to mention? ESPN layoffs, right? Max Kellerman. Stephen A. Smith is solely responsible for getting Max Kellerman fired. And Stephen A. Smith admitted that. He was trying to get ESPN to fire Max Kellerman for years. He admitted that. And eventually, he got his way and ESPN fired Max. Yeah. But he's super pissed off about them firing Ryan Clark. Funny how that works.
2017, when another 150 cuts came about, roughly 2% of the workforce. That was mostly in production, digital content, and technology, but it happened. I'm thinking about that. What about November 2020? When President Jimmy Pitaro announced that 300 jobs would be cut with another 200 open positions eliminated. Or in June of 2023, when on-air personalities like Jeff Van Gundy, my brother Mark Jackson,
some big names,
Jalen Rose, Susie Colbert were let go. Or in the fall of 2024 when RG3 was let go. Along with Zach Lowe and Samantha Ponder. And just this spring, ESPN had eliminated about 30 off-camera positions as part of broader job cuts at parent company Disney. Because it all gets tied in together. The point that I'm making is that these kind of things happen all the time. Especially in this day and age. So when I think about it, it's like, thank God Ryan's got the pivot.
Yeah. So you guys saw that right there. Stephen A. Smith not happy with Ryan Clark getting fired. And by the way, right here, Ryan Clark made a post 5 hours ago. He says, sending prayers and love to all those laid off today by ESPN. So many of you have poured your life into that company. And I know how are you feeling right now. My hope is as this door closes, another opens for you all. God bless. Yeah. So they have it, man. Stephen A. Smith not happy whatsoever with Ryan Clark getting fired. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Considering, Stephen A. was trying to get Max Kellerman fired for years. But now all of a sudden, Stephen A. Smith let the bosses know he was pissed off about them firing Ryan Clark. Yeah. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time. Well, Black and White Nation, it is that time. The 4th of July sale is here. 20% off everything in the merch store, including our new America 250 second edition. Has America 250 on the front with the flag on the back. We also have our America 250 George Washington edition with the America 250 logo on the back, George Washington on the front. We have our Freedom shirt. We have all the merch you guys want. Patriotic gear. Our best-selling shirt is our Bald Eagle edition America 250 shirt. We have sports gear. We have hats. We have bat pats as well. Get your merch today, guys. 20% off. If you are a paying member to the website, you get 25% off. And by the way, you can become a member and support us just for $10 a month. You can also save money by getting the annual plan. If you would like to donate to us, you can do it directly on the website. $5, $10, $20, whatever you guys want to give. We do appreciate the support.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.